Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Apologies for the delay between this episode and the one that preceded it. Some other games got in the way that were a little bit more short term on the channel, so it kept on getting pushed back and back, and the vote was pretty close because there was a wider variety of choices. But we are now here and ready. Now normally we would start with the settlement mode section of the settlement game type, but we can't. We can't do that today because of the nature of what won the vote. So without further ado, we're going straight to the mission brief, and then we'll discuss how this is going to play out, because it's going to be a little bit different to how the other settlement mode videos have been. Quest 7, Raiders Come Calling. A win will reward 200 caps. A loss will result in the loss of all caps the settlement currently has. Quest overview. Everyone in the settlement winces as a visiting trader standing near a window gets their brains blown out by an unknown shooter. The group hears a familiar voice from outside. It's Frank, and this time he's brought his friends. You have very little time to muster your defences when more bullets start flying. It's time to defend the homestead. So there you have it. The settlement itself, New Hope, is under attack. So we're going to do this in reverse and show the attacking force second. But Frank is back and has brought his friends. I guess his plan was to lure the powerful members of the settlement to where a young Deathclaw was, hoping that they would get mauled, but they succeeded, so as a result they're still here to defend the home. But they did get caught by surprise, and that has some consequences. But there are also some advantages about being on the home field. For the record, had certain other missions in the season played out differently, there might have been some extra help for New Hope on this mission. For instance, if they had befriended a local vault or other things like that. But the way things played out, that ain't happening. So, what do we have here? Well, first of all, we can quickly go over where everyone has started. Pennyworth is at the main door of the second building here. And we've got our settler up here, our scavenger here, the sole survivor is up here, and we have dog meat and the free tech down there. Now you will notice, and probably notice during the flyover, that there are some cards just sitting here. So because we're in the homestead, the settlement itself, we have access to everything we have stored here, regardless of whether or not you would normally be able to bring it to a mission. But because they got caught by surprise, they didn't have any early warning systems or automated systems, which we also could have had things played out differently in this season. Some of the stuff, randomly selected, just shuffled all the cards, randomly drew them. 3 of them are in the field. So we've got a stim pack, which is hidden in this crate here. The bottle cap mine is hidden in this stack of crates here. And the Incendiary assault rifle is in this crate here. And this is relevant to what the raiders are here to do. These objectives here. The other items that we did get to hold on to was the stealth boy, which isn't very relevant here, and the hunter's hunting rifle, which the sole survivor is using. Other than that, everyone's gear is the same. Standard rifle, the pipe pistol, Mr. Handy Flamer, and buzzsaw, dog bite, and the shotgun on the free tech as well. So, let's see who is attacking us. So Frank and his friends are here to raid our settlement and steal our supplies. There he is there with his friend. They are both using the Scaver Outlaw card. He is equipped with a double-barreled shotgun. He's got a hunting rifle, or she, either way, hunting rifle. Then we have these two who are both using the Raider Outlaw cards. They both got machetes. That one also has a pipe pistol. And then we also just have a Psycho Raider at the end there, and he's equipped with a tire iron. Now, as far as objectives go, these two are here to kill. So their objective, we're not going to roll for AI cards. They have specific roles. They just want to kill. They want to try and get into the best position possible to kill. These two, who don't have any ranged weapons, so him, all they want to do is run to those supply crates I showed you. And if they end their turn next to one, then they are considered to have looted it and set it on fire. And that's relevant to how they're going to win, if they win. This one, he's got a 50-50 chance of either trying to kill or going after the crates as well. So that's how it's going to work. It's a little bit different to normal how you would do the AI, but super simple. Kill, loot, 50-50 chance of either. So a super simple setup for the raiders. They're just deployed yellow in, with New Hope just being across the road there. So how do they win? For every crate they defile by ending their turn next to it, setting it on fire, stealing what's inside, they get 1 point. And there's 3 potential crates, as already shown. For every person they incapacitate, they also gain a point. If over, I think 4 turns is probably good enough, but we'll see how. I was going to do 5, but 5 seemed too many. We'll see how it feels after turn 4 if there's a clear winner. But for anyone incapacitated, that also gives the raiders a point, and if they get 4 points, it is considered a victory for them. They take their loot, they're happy with the damage they've done, they leave to return again to harass one day. The survivors, settlers of New Hope, win if if they don't have 4 points by the end of the game, or if they manage to wipe out the raiders. And as for one little additional benefit they get, which is like the lowest of the low of the planned benefits I was going to give them, because we haven't hit any of the mission results that would have helped the settlement defend itself. At the end of the turn, one of the random traders, children, women, whatever, inside the building here is going to take a black-blue maximum range, 2 on the skill die check with 1 green die to see if they can just shoot a pistol out the window, just to try and help a little bit. That's all they're getting. So it might or might not be a help, but as it stands, the raiders will be going first as well because they're 1 man down. And with that, we can finally jump in and see what the raiders are going to do to us. So the raiders activated their psycho outlaw first, and thanks to there being no preparedness in the settlement, they were not expecting this attack. He could just waltz right up, and he has red movement. He is faster than your average human, probably because of all the drugs. So he double moved, and he is already in base to base with that crate there that has a stim pack inside. So if he's still there by the end of the turn, it's 1 point to them already. It does kind of force the survivors to do something about that, and it's over to them now to see what they do. Also, totally forgot, but Dogmeat and the Soul Survivor should have their +1 super armor. So it's got to be Pennyworth that activates first. He also moves red, so he moved into position, and now he's going to try and set that psycho on fire. So it's just a blue die, and it is 6s. That is a crit. Now does he benefit from crits? I'm going to have to check. Here was me thinking I had everything I needed. He does not benefit from crits, but the bottle cap means he has broken armor. So it's just damage that goes straight through then. So that is 2 damage to the Psycho, who has 5 health? No, 4 health. Half isn't bad. There's a chance he might actually die before he steals the stim pack. I guess we'll see. Next up for the raiders was the Scaver Outlaw next to Frank. I guess he's commanding her because he's short range. Now from there, maximum range of the hunting rifle, blue plus black, it does let them reach the scavenger up here, who's not in focus, apologies, there we go, on the edge of the building. So they are taking 2 shots at him, double green at that distance, and they're pretty good shots. They need 6s, and that's a 6 on the dot that would have come down by 4. So that's 2 damage. Now what does he have in the way of armor? He has 2 armor. He can potentially block all the damage. Instead he blocks none of it and takes 2, so he's also at half health now, I think. Oh wait, no, he has 5 health. But there's another shot coming in. The die rolled out the box, but it landed on a -1, and it was a 2 anyway, so that's 2 more damage. Oh, this is going to be a massacre. He blocked it all. Okay, so he only took 2 damage. There's a chance. So I'm going to activate the scavenger next, and he had to reposition it ever so slightly so that he could see round the corner there to take a shot at the Psycho. He is going to get cover, the Psycho that is, unfortunately. He's only getting 1 shot, and because of his low skill with shooting, basically just needs a crit to be able to do this. He gets a black and a yellow die thrown in. Come on, crit. He actually got a crit, I don't believe it. That negates the extra bonus armor you count as having for being in cover, so it is just straight up 2 damage. Oh no, it only does 1, it's not even going to be able to kill him. Well, does the armor get through, or damage get through? It actually does. So the Psycho's on 1 health left, but I'm not sure if anyone else can. Well, the Soul Survivor can probably see him from up there with his hunting rifle, but that's going to waste another shot, unfortunately. For the raiders, it was the Raider Outlaw who activated next, the one with the machete and pistol. Randomized that she wanted to attack, but everyone's out of range, so ostensibly it's exactly the same thing she would have done either way. She moved forwards twice, charging right down the centre there, gunning for either finishing off the poor scavenger up there, or maybe one of the loot boxes. So yeah, I am going to activate the Soul Survivor. From there, blue-black is good enough with his hunting rifle to reach the Psycho over there. So we're going to fire 1 shot at him, see how it does. He is going to still have cover, so this is 3s, but he is getting 2 greens, so that should help. That's a 7, it doesn't come down at all. Ah, that's a problem. I was hoping to have another free shot. Alright, I'll fire at him again. That would have been a miss even without the negative from cover. That's a 7 again, but it comes down by 4, which is good enough. I accidentally hit the armor die there, so that's 2 damage against his 1 armor. Wait, does he only have 1 armor? Because if he has 1 armor, there's no point in rolling. He only has 1 physical armor. He's already dead, but let's roll for fun. He didn't block any of it. Gunshot to the head. That was for the trader they killed on the way in. So that means that box is safe for now, but obviously the scavenger is still at risk of dying. Oh, sorry, of course, there was a reason to roll because being in cover grants you 1 extra armor. So it was good that the roll was on camera. You know that he did indeed fail it, so yes, the psycho is still definitely dead. The villainous Frank activated. I guess he technically should have done a climb to get over that rock, but it seemed small enough, the gap in between them, that he didn't do it. Or at least shrink his movement by 1. But he didn't make full use of it because he went diagonally anyway. And he has moved up twice and is hiding behind the husk of a tree here. Because his shotgun does not have great range. Well, actually, the double-barreled shotgun kind of does, but it only gets a massive amount of dice at yellow range. Anything beyond that, it doesn't get anything at all. Everybody's favourite free tech was up next. He moved once, didn't even move his full distance because he is faster than your average human as well. He's shooting that combat shotgun into the outlaw here. She's got cover because of the half-high wall there, so he basically needs a crit as well with the skill die and 2 black dice, which will not help in any way, shape or form. That's an 8, which is a shame because in total that would have done 5 damage. He's capable of such amazing damage, but his chance to hit is just so terrible. Last activation for the raiders, it's the outlaw with just a machete, so he double moved up to this wall here for cover, eyeing up that crate over there. Which does mean it's over to Dogmeat and the settler to end off battle round 1. Dogmeat moved up and then initiated a charge with his massive charge distance into the raider here, and he'll be taking a black bonus die if he gets to do the attack next turn. Now that's the one that randomizes whether wanting to do an attack or go raid a crate. Will just count because taking out Dogmeat would achieve an objective and give them 1 point, that she will now also engage in the doggos combat and not try and break away for no good reason. So it's just down to the settler up here, who I believe was standing right next to Frank when he abandoned us when we were after that young Deathclaw he told us about. So she wants him dead, and she's going to fire her bolt action pipe rifle right at him. Now he is partially obscured from the angle she's at by this protruding part of the tree, so he is going to get cover, meaning it's 4s. 2 shots, and at that distance with her bolt action pipe rifle it is unfortunately just a black die bonus, so no extra chance to hit. And that's a 9, so that's a miss on the first shot. Come on. Nope, nothing at all. Alright, to the event then. We might be fighting for the well-being of our settlement, but the Wasteland don't care. It's going to do some nasty things. Let's cut this deck randomly, and we'll do that, and we'll say our first event is this. Blackman Radio, we had this before, so it's a nothing one. You're listening to Radio 3 Ubithita, bringing truth to Ubithians 24 hours a day. Welcome. Good, honestly, because we didn't need anything hindering us while we try and fight off these murderers. And it is also worth mentioning the Raiders scored 0 points that turn because the Psycho died before the end of turn, which would be now. This is the scoring part, but there's an easy point waiting to happen right there, and the Raiders are getting first activation in Battle Round 2. So to get Battle Round 2 started, the RNG God of Activations has been somewhat merciful, I guess. It was the Raider Outlaw who was down here by the wall. He hopped the wall and then has moved into base to base with the crate here. Now I really don't want to lose my Incendiary assault rifle, so that's kind of forcing the issue that he's got to be dealt with, and that unfortunately means the other half of the table might need to get left alone. So as much as we've got to save that Incendiary assault rifle, I think I'm going to activate Dogmeat first to take advantage of that charge bonus and try and take out another threat. We can wipe them out. This could be over quicker than I thought, and then the gear's safe anyway. So first attack from Dogmeat has an extra black die thrown in for his charge bonus, and it is 6s. Has a 6 on the dot, so it doesn't matter if there's a -3. That's 1 extra damage going up against 2 armor on these, so that's 3 damage. And they didn't block any of it, so if he took all 3, meaning that they now have 1 damage left. And then he's going to do his other dog bite without the black die thrown in, and that is a quick action as well. I think that breaks the arm, but let's see if it matters first, because they could just die. 2 damage versus 2 armor. He only blocked 1, so that's 4 damage in total. Dogmeat actually took him out, and he can use his quick actions, I believe, to do a charge. Now normally he's charge blue, but if you do a quick action it's 1 less, so it's green, but that's good enough. He will charge in here. Now that doesn't... oh, actually no, that might be a bad idea. because then it might accidentally hit Dogmeat if I shoot at him. Ah, no, that's a bad idea. No, I shouldn't do that. He's going to charge into Frank. Sick him, boy. There we go. He's going to charge into Frank instead. Things are starting to turn in my favour, but that might be about to change because the outlaw down here is activating, and she is going to try and take shots and kill the scavenger up there to stop him getting a turn as well. So same as last time, 6s, 2 greens thrown in, and that's a fail on the first shot, which is good for him, bad for her. And the second shot is a hit with 1 extra damage. So that's 3 damage coming in against 2 armor. It could say as long as he blocks at least 1, he lives. He blocked 1, he blocked the extra damage, took 2. Wait, no, I did my maths wrong. He blocked that extra damage, he still takes the default 2, which means he is dead. So that is 1 point to the raiders of the 4 they require to be classed as a victory for them. So I'm activating the free tech next. This is his chance. He is coming out of cover for a clean line of sight on this outlaw. He wants to blast him with his shotgun. It is 2 black dice. This is his chance to be a hero, just to utterly blow this raider away. I have faith in you. A 4 is not quite good enough. Even with no modifiers, he needed a 3. Yep, yeah, he needed a 3, and that would have been 4 damage. He would have one-shot him. Well, let's see what the defense roll would have been. He would have one-shot him. Ah, so close to being a hero. So Frank is actually the last man standing who hasn't activated for the raiders, and he's backing off from Dogmeat and then shooting his shotgun at him point blank, double barrels. He wants to pull around the tree to get to that stim pack. But Dogmeat gets to do an attack of opportunity at skill -2, so this is 4s, and that's a fail. He missed. So then we have to just quickly rearrange these dice for a point blank double barrel shotgun, which is the dice you see before you, and Frank needs a 6 or less, and he got a 6 on the dot. Now, does the nuke do anything on that gun? Yes, it means it needs to reload, so you can't use it next turn. I think you have to use an action to reload it. It's treated as like a heavy weapon, which I've forgotten how it works offhand. But either way, it definitely hit. It's doing 1 extra damage, and it's the base damage is 3. That's 4 damage on Dogmeat. He's got 1 super armor, so it's 2 plus 1. He only blocked the bonus damage thanks to the super armor. He just took 3 damage. Ow! So it's just over to the rest of my survivors, and now I'm going to start with the sole survivor up there. And from that angle, I don't think this raider gets cover. So he's going to fire his Hunter's Hunting Rifle twice. At that range, it's in the short range of it, which is blue. So it's getting 2 yellow dice, and it is 5s. That's double what I just said. So that's a miss. Let's try that again. It's a fail with a quick action. What can the sole survivor do with a quick action? A prepare. There's no one who's going to move into his radius. Oh no, I don't want to lose the rifle. It's down to... Pennyworth isn't going to be able to reach him, I don't think. I think it's just down to the settler. Oh. So it is down to the settler, and she is going to activate and fire, and she's not within short range of her bow action pipe rifle, so she's having to do the long range, which is just a single black die. And at the angle she's firing at, the wall is obscuring enough that I'm going to say he gets cover. So she needs 4s. As a result of her skill getting brought down, that is a miss. The second shot, the gun, actually at this point, even if she does damage, I don't think she can kill him. She did succeed for 1 extra damage, so that is 3 damage. Does he block any of it? He blocks 2 of it. He took 1 damage. Oh, the gun's going to go. I don't think I can't stop it at this point. So Pennyworth is my last activation for round 2, and it is worth mentioning he is going to steal that gun. But if the raiders lose, then everything that was stolen is retrieved. But if they get away, it is gone forever. So Pennyworth instead is going to burn Frank, because he's not going to get over there to make a difference. So he moved, you can see Frank, he's going to use his Mr. Handy Flamer, and that is a 6 or less to burn him in the back. That's double, that's more than double. No, it's not, because it's not a 5 this time, it's a 6. Did I mention maths is hard? What I do know is that a miss is a miss, and he missed badly. So we're at the end of battle round 2, let's see what the event is. Blasts of wind. Sudden gusts of wind bully those present. When an unengaged normal size model activates, test strength, or choose to fail instead of rolling, scatter the model orange distance. This movement ends if the model comes into contact with any other model or scenery that it blocks terrain. Okay, we'll put that to one side, actually bring it close so I don't forget, because there is quite a few unengaged models. At the end of the round though, if we pan back here, this crate is set alight. The outlaw has stolen everything that's inside, including the incendiary rifle, and that gives them their second of the 4 points they require to win. And with that, let's go into battle round 3. So, top of turn 3, RNG has once again dictated that this outlaw is the first to activate, and he's just going to scatter orange. He's not going to test strength because he's only strength 3. We'll just say the arrow on the hit counts. And he's going to scatter orange that away. Now for his turn, he's got a tasty new incendiary assault rifle, and he's one of the 2 that originally just had machetes, and their goal is pure objective. Well, his objective is now fluid, because he can just shoot the free tech in the face. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to use that rifle, because he can use rifles. He's getting a load of lovely dice right here, and he is skill 4, I believe. I'll double check if it matters. He got a 4. I think that might even set him on fire, so I'm going to have to check anyway. He is skill 4, and no, it's a star to get set on fire. But that is 2 damage against the free tech, who counts as having... I keep forgetting if he gets +1 armor or not when he's not a enslaved tech. Let me see here. He does have +1. Is that energy? No, that is physical. So he's got 2 armor. He didn't block any of it. So that's 2 damage. He's got 2 health left. That's a 9. So thankfully the other hit missed. So I do want to kill that outlaw over there, but he's already gone, so he's not the threat. I activated Dogmeat, not bothering rolling for his scatter because his charge distance is blue and he doesn't need line of sight, so he's definitely going to make it in regardless of where he scatters. So he is attacking Frank. He is like a dog with a bone. He's taking a black die for the charge bonus, and it is 6s. He got a crit with 2 armor breaks, so Frank's armor is gone. Does the bottle do anything? It would have cancelled prepares. So, oh, he doesn't have any armor, so he just takes the bite. So that is 2 damage of Frank's 4. So RNG dictated that Frank is activating next, and he needs to reload. So he's backing off, and then he's just going to run into that crate. He started his turn engaged, so no scatter. But Dogmeat gets to try and bite him. Basic dice, 4s. And he actually got through. But it's just a basic bite, 2 damage versus 2 armor. Frank blocked all of it and took nothing. So also, I think I made him retreat too far when he retreated last time, because you have to be orange away, I believe. So that was a mistake. But then he is moving his yellow. Does that get him there? Yeah, I mean, I accidentally just knocked it. He touches it. So he also needs to die before the end of the turn. I'm going to activate the free tech, and he's going to scatter because of the winds. He's going to go orange in that away. Now he's still going to be in short range with that shotgun of his, so that's fine. He's also got the 2 damage, of course. He's going to try and be a hero again. 2 shots into the Raider Outlaw, needing 3s. He got a 3 with 2 extra damage. That's 4 damage. He's already dead. Wait, no, he's not, because he's only had 1 damage. How much does he block? He blocked none of it, so that is... No, wait, what's the default damage of that shotgun? 2, so that's 4 damage. He is dead, because he has 5 health. He did it! Now, technically the Incendiary Assault Rifle would be retrieved, but that isn't going to happen unless it is a settlement victory. Even if that one isn't the particular raider who wins the game, he still is said to have gotten away with the gear, if it goes out that way. But that's a good start for the free tech there. He has another action, because that was his first shot. I'm not used to him doing something successfully. He'll get into cover, I guess, because the other raider to activate is the one with the hunting rifle. So let's just hide him behind some stuff, because he is wounded. So for the raiders, it's just Frank and the wannabe sniper back here who is going to scatter. Scatters that way, which is bad for her, because she wants to try and kill Dogmeat, because Dogmeat is weak and in sight. So her first action is immediately to be moved back, and then she's going to shoot at the poor doggo, which is short range of the hunting rifle, I believe. Oh, it is, yeah. So that means it's not 2 greens, it is 2 yellows. Apologies, I had the wrong dice ready. There we go. Let's put the armor dice to one side, and she is needing a 6. And she failed, a critical fail. The gun exploded in her face. Good, because Dogmeat is the next weakest person besides the free tech. Alright, now is time for vengeance on Frank. Pennyworth is going to try and burn him twice with his Mr. Handy Flamer rather than get in there with the buzzsaw in case someone else can take some pot shots. Want to make sure he's hittable. So, 6s with just the blue die thrown in. That's a 7. Would have set him on fire, or would have done extra damage. That's a fail with a quick action. Quick action is no good for him really, because Frank's already activated. Ah, that's a problem. There's no more raiders to activate, so the sole survivor is activating. He's got eyes on Frank. I imagine him just shouting Frank at the top of his lungs while Frank rakes through there for gear to steal. At that range, 2 greens, it's 5s. Let's see how it goes. That would be a critical fail. He's too busy shouting Frank. Let's try that one again, shall we? That would be another critical fail. Huh. Last activation for the turn, although I forgot, both her and the sole survivor should have scattered. Let's see if it would have mattered. Which way would he have scattered? He would have scattered off, which I'm not sure if that's allowed. What did the card say regarding drops and things? If it would come in contact with any other model or scenery that is cover or blocks movement. That wouldn't really block movement. I think he would fall, which I think means you take black die of damage offhand. So let's just quickly do that. Didn't matter. But he actually is down here. Frank would have had... Well, I don't think you can even see Frank because of the height of there. Well, Frank took no damage from him anyway, so that doesn't matter too much. Where did she scatter before she moved? She would have hit into the table, so it doesn't matter because she was there. So she moved, and now she is firing at Frank once. It is a single black die. He's not got cover from that angle, I think. Let's see if it matters, first of all. That's a 6. That's not good enough, I think. Let me check. Oh, it is a 6. In that case, it does matter. Let's see if we can do this in real time then. Does she have clear line of sight on Frank? I'm going to say she doesn't. I don't think she did, because when the scavenger was there, he didn't either. So, or on the cycle that was there, so I don't think so. I think that's a miss. Which means, oh no, it means bad things. So we are at the end of Battle Round 2, going into Battle Round 3. The new event in place is Lurking Fog Crawler. I don't think anyone is near enough to the edge. Oh no, actually they totally are. Of all the models within red, yeah, we do actually have one. Sorry, let me pan out a little bit. Our annoying wannabe sniper back here. Randomly select one, test luck. Their luck is... Where's the card? Their luck is a 3. That would be a fail. If successful, randomly select another one. Nope. When a model fails, move directly to the edge and do 2 damage plus a black die worth of damage. Nothing. So still 2 damage versus 2. They blocked all of it. Well, also, while we're doing this at the end of the round, Frank has successfully looted that chest, set fire to it, stolen the stim pack we had, and that is point 3, because they raided one other crate and killed one person. Meaning in the next battle round, if they take out one person, and Dogmeat and the Free Tech are both very wounded, they win. So to start Battle Round 3, we have a problem, because obviously the raiders are going first, there's only 2 of them. It's the wannabe sniper that's now on the edge of the table who's activating first, and this blue is here to show you that Dogmeat is just out of range blue. It is not touching. And that's a problem, because that means he has a much higher chance of landing a shot. And he is going to fire twice at Dogmeat, and if he kills him, the raiders win. Simple as that. So these are 6s. As a fail with a quick action. Quick actions on a Scaver Outlaw. They can do a prepare. That may be relevant if Dogmeat tries to move. So we'll have a prepare there. And the other one was actually a total fail. So we have a chance. There is a chance that it isn't going to instantly end. So it's not a great first activation for me in this round, but I have to do it to make sure we don't instantly lose. The Free Tech is activating and he's hiding. He's hiding next to the other objective that's still on the table, the bottle cap mine there. And he is cowering and fearing for his life. So with his freshly reloaded double-barreled shotgun, Frank is activating, and he is using that stim pack he stole to heal all his damage. So he's used it right in our own faces. Now he's going to shoot Dogmeat, and he is potentially going to kill him. With this many dice for firing a double-barreled shotgun at close range, and it is 6s. It's a 7, it comes down to a 6. Does Star or Bottle Cap do anything? Star is a stun, Bottle Cap is nothing. So it's a stun on Dogmeat, and potentially 2 damage isn't enough to kill him. So he's alive regardless. He didn't block any of it. No. Dogmeat has 1 health left, I believe. He has 6 health? Yes, I'm not forgetting. So he's alive, but he's got 1 health left. So I'm going to activate Pennyworth next, and I believe once he attacks once, it will trigger the prepare down here. I don't know if he's allowed to wait. Is the AI allowed to wait? Because his ideal thing to do would be to wait till Dogmeat does something and try and kill him. But I'm not sure if that's how you do it for the AI. So, we're just going to do our basic Mr. Handy Flamer, which is just the blue die. Sixes. Yeah, sixes, twice. First one got through. Does the bottle cap do anything? Yes, it breaks one of Frank's armor. So he only has one armor against 2 damage. So one hit's getting through at the very least. Both hits are getting through. He is lucky. He healed. I don't have enough damage icons here, so we'll just keep in mind he's got 2. And next, that's a miss. Right, now the reaction shot. Let's just do the reaction shot now. It is beyond range blue, so it'll be 2 greens. And 2 less, it is a 4 on Pennyworth. That is a 4. So he did hit him for 2 damage, and Pennyworth has 3 physical armor. He blocked it all. Good. So we're back round to just my activations to end the turn, and I've got to get Dogmeat out of there, especially now that Prepare's gone. So he double moved, and he's hiding over there with his 1 health left, much like the free tech. Now the problem is I don't think the settler can get eyes on, and she's out of range to shoot the wannabe sniper back here. The sole survivor, I think he's just going to have to move as well. This is a problem. Yeah, so for the settler's turn, I'm just going to make her stay there, because she's guarding the technically 3 objectives, I guess, because Dogmeat's there as well. Even if she does get pot shots taken at her, I'm going to have to take that chance. The sole survivor, though, he is moving in because he's tough. So he has moved up twice for his turn, but that does already take us to the end of the 3rd round. It is time for a new event. Oh, 2 cards by accident there. Lost supplies. A beacon starts emanating from a small supply crate. Add a random thing to the center of the battlefield. I don't think that's going to matter at this point, but sure. So Frank got the battle round started, however I forgot Dogmeat was supposed to be stunned. Too late to go back now, but I did notice. Apologies for that. For Frank's turn, it looks to me like the heavy weapon needs to reload regardless. I didn't notice that the symbol was on there, even though it's not classed as a heavy weapon, which is a little confusing, because I thought it was only if you got a nuke on your attack roll. But either way, he wants to achieve an objective, and his objective is killing Dogmeat or the free tech, and not Pennyworth because he's at full health. So he double moved, get him in position. He's going to take a lot of fire. It's obviously a risk, but Frank's that kind of guy. So as the sole survivor lets out another Can-esque Frank yell, he's going to use his 10mm pistol and attack Frank. So that is a black and green at point blank range, and we are needing 5s. It's a crit with 2 extra damage. Frank's already dead, because that's 4 damage and he can only block 2 at most. Which he did. Do they only have 4 health? No, they've got 5 health. He lived. He lived on 1 health. Let's see if we can change that with his other shot. End Frank. The die rolled out. They'll roll back in. He's already hit for 1 extra damage. Frank is dead. He blocked none of it. Boom, headshot. Frank is down. That doesn't mean we win, for the record. The sole surviving sniper at the back here, he can still win it for the Raiders. And maybe Frank's not actually dead. Maybe he's the cockroach that just lives and survives and crawls away. We'll see. So the last Raider on the table is getting in position behind those rocks. He can't see Dogmeat because of the knee-high wall there, so he is shooting at the settler up there with his 1 shot this turn, needing 6s at long range. It's a crit, it got through. I don't think it does anything special on that. It doesn't, so it's 2 damage versus 1 armor. Blocked 1, took 1. Pennyworth is chasing down the sole surviving Raider, moved twice, could have been a little bit closer but opted not to, and didn't attack this turn. The settler up here is simply getting back into cover because she's a little bit at risk where she is now. So the rest of the turn isn't much to talk about because Dogmeat's just hiding behind that fence there to keep himself safe, and the free tech backed up even more. And that does take us to the end of the round. Now I did say this was going to be either 4 or 5 depending on how it felt. I feel like we do need to quickly play a 5th turn because it comes down to 1 single shot. Because the Raider is going to go first. He's going to come out there, out of cover. He might, actually, even if he does that, he might not have line of sight of the free tech. I thought he could get a line of sight of the free tech. If he can't, there's no point at all, because he can't take a shot. Let's get right down here. Would he have a shot if he moved yellow on another turn? So he would move yellow. Let's just move him. He'd be there. Can he see the free tech? See, I'm not sure whether the wall is obscuring or not. That's. I feel like he can see them. He would definitely get cover. I think he can see him though. I think he can. You know, rather than doing an end of turn event and whatnot, let's just do the roll. and then the Raiders could win on this roll. So normally it'd be a 6. Cover is 4. And he got a crit. Oh no. Well, that's 2 damage coming in. He counts as having 1 extra armor, so he's actually at armor 3. He blocked 1 of it. He took 1. He lives because he's not an enslaved tech. That's fine. That means that we have managed to drive off the Raiders this time, and I get back my Incendiary assault rifle. Not the Stimpack though, because it's coursing through Frank's veins. But we got that back at least, and we can call it a sort of win. So the survivors of the New Hope settlement have managed to triumph against the Raiders, although I'm sure that's not the last they'll have seen of them, especially now that they know they're in the area. And that's kind of why I'm glad this quest didn't get picked earlier on, because there is now a consequence from every mission going forwards. Now that the settlement knows that there's a Raider threat, they can't leave it as undefended as they have been, so one person is going to have to stay behind on every mission to protect the settlement, which is going to hinder our ability to achieve other missions that aren't set at New Hope. It's going to be the free tech, because he's the weakest. So he's going to be left behind now on every mission unless we find someone else to join us who can take that role instead, or someone who just replaces him in general. But he's going to have to stay behind and protect the settlement when we're out on missions, which is a consequence, not even just for the rest of the season, going forwards, unless something changes regarding those Raiders. So yes, we won. We looted their corpses and took 200 caps. Frank's corpse was nowhere to be seen, mysteriously, but we did get our stolen gear back, bar the Stimpack. So with that, it's on to picking what mission we're doing next time. So there's 3 potential missions left to do in the season. However, I'm going to give you a choice of 2 again, because I picked one of them to be the season finale. I feel like we can work in the end of the story regarding that. So your choice is Infested Gas Station, which is quest 3, I believe, or The Worst Defense, which is quest 6, / mission 6, whatever you want to call it. So let me know which of those 2 you would like to see sooner in the comments, and we'll get that done. And then the third option, which was quest 12, ironically, that's going to be the big season finale after those other 2 are done. So whichever one doesn't win will be the next one regardless. So please do keep showing your support for the series. That will help me be inspired for planning out a season 2 down the line. And again, this was the most pliable mission that I'd planned out. This could have been done in so many different ways depending on how previous missions had worked out. As it turns out, because of how unlucky the settlers had been, it was a little bit rough and they almost lost, but that's okay. We got there in the end. The consequence was always something planned though, that after the Raiders made their presence known, the settlement had to be protected. So I'm glad we got that late in the season. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you next time for more Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Until then, ta-ta for now.